Since the beginning, we fought each other like savages, faced nature, destroyed the planet, created killer machines and weapons of mass destruction with the disregard of life. We're headed straight off the cliff. Wait, is that an ape? Hey guys, welcome to Straight Off the Cliff. It's your boy, Cliff. That sounded so fell off. Well, anyways, look. Today's topic is blacks for Trump. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. So look, to me, black for Trump is like saying Trump for Charities. What if you don't know already that he's being sued for $2 million? When you say blacks for Trump, it's like saying Trump for Charities. It really is. It's one of those things that you hear and you automatically question yourself. Not whether if it's true or not, but if it's even possible for him to genuinely care without expecting something back in return outside of his family and wealthy friends. I know I'm being judgmental, but I can only judge from what I've seen in policies, rhetorics, and action. When it comes to this, guys, there's a bunch of confusion. He sends a lot of mixed signal. It makes you question, are you who you say you are? Because he's not. He's about image. He lies and morphs stands in your face for a better image of himself. This is our leader. Now, people that agree with him and his policies, don't get it twisted. I too would vote for someone that would put more money in my pocket and help me get past red tapes and obstacles for my business. But I would have to question myself, to what ends? Morally, what would I have to turn a blind eye to? It's sad that this is a relevant question for this administration. It's literally selling your soul. How much can you be bought for? Does his behavior go against your moral belief, and does your decision to follow him put your integrity into question? People like to cite two of his main accomplishments that greatly benefits black community and the growth. And of course, one involves the growth of business. So, the prison reform. Let me just give you a little brief information on the prison reform. What it does, it makes big changes to treatment and rehabilitation of low-level federal prisoners. Qualifying inmates, mostly people who have committed low-level drug offenses, can earn credits to be released from prison early and serve the remainder of their sentence in home confinement or halfway houses if they participate in the plan's anti-recidivism program, such as job training, education, and faith-based classes. It's called the First Step Act. It shortened mandatory minimum sentence for nonviolent drug offenses. It also eases federal three-strike rule that imposes a life sentence for 3 or more conviction and issue a 25-year sentence instead. It expands the drug safety valve, which would give the judge more discretion to deviate from the mandatory minimum with sentencing for nonviolent drug offenses, which does affect the black community. And this also can be used with combination with the Fair Sentencing Act signed by the Obama administrations. But Trump reform take things a bit further as far as affecting the black community. Now, let us not be fooled, or let's not fool ourselves, or let's not forget that this is pushed by a highly popular, beautiful lady with a fat ass. And not to take anything away from her. I say this to say that. I say that to say this. If you're good looking and favorable in the public eye, he's going to want to share that spotlight with you. No way. There's no way Donald Trump was agonizing about prisoners' treatments. And what I saw was, what I saw on display was basically, there's no pussy getting jerked that hangs with the jocks. He was offered a picture with the prom queen potential, so he took the opportunity to jump in for an image of looking cool with the popular kids. That's who he comes off as to me. But let's keep it moving. I don't think this reform came from either way. You know what? It was passed. It's good, and I can see it benefiting the black community. We're going to continue on. The job employment record numbers for blacks. The record numbers are high, and that's a positive. The job employment has continued to grow from the Obama administration. Let's not forget. Don't be fooled. This is a number game. See, Obama set up was to get as much people working as possible while respecting the workers' their benefits, and their environment. Trump did the opposite. Trump cut as many red tapes as possible to get his business supporters money and take away workers' benefit, including health, and put the environment at risk. He's driven by greed and likes, not because he cares about workers. So that's two things so far: the prison reform and the job report. I would say taxes too, but that mainly is positive for businesses in general and the rich. But look, my point is none of his policies are focus driven to help out blacks and people of color. It's a number game. Employment increased across the board, for some groups more than others. But what they're doing, they're carving out the black job employment increases and framing it as a part of their key objective. That is not the case. But they have to market, and I understand that. They have to campaign. They have to find a way to make them look good. Okay. So now, I do see the positive in the job report in that sense. But for them to carve out the increases for blacks or minority or people of color just for propaganda, I don't know. I'm not feeling that. And this is what I mean by his character. Now, as far as his character goes, this is the same guy that defrauded Charities, that rallied against young black men protesting police brutality. Now, I don't want to go too far back past his past because there's a lot of things there. The things I just mentioned are things that happened during his administration. His one of his top advisor, Stephen Miller, they just leaked a video. They just leaked an email with Stephen Miller admitting or showing his racist face. This is one of Donald Trump's top leaders, top advisors. Now, this is one of his guys that is whispering in his ear. This is one of the guys that are whispering in his ears about policies. The guy that surrounds himself with people like that. The guy that has showing in his Twitter rhetorics left and right every day, every week. There's something that shows that, hey, this guy doesn't have all his marbles together. But to say that he is for blacks, that's a hard one for me to believe. Because he's not a counterpuncher. He's a big mouth, one of the big mouth niggas. One big mouth bitch niggas, pretty much. They call him he's not a counterpuncher. He's a whiner. He whines back. He doesn't counterpunch back. But I understand, though, he's making these policies, right? But why not take advantage of them, you ask? Why not ride the gravy train? Why not see and use his policy as a step up from your current situation? Won't you work hard to get into the bracket that can help you take advantage of the tax breaks? If these are your questions, and these questions, are somewhat legitimate questions, but they're also besides the point. These policies were not created in a good-hearted, balanced way, and you can tell by his character that the man, this is the man that basically spearheaded this. He's self-centered, which is different from being self-aware. And we're starting to see the proof that this was a one-way thinking process. The income equality gap has increased. The rich get richer as the rich get richer faster, and the poor just lags along. So now, again, I see a lot of people I could see people saying, look, I'm a business owner. He happened to be benefiting me. Look, I'm a prisoner. He happens to be benefiting me. he helps me get free. He helps me get more money. I can understand you standing by certain things, but to say blacks for Trump? Pfft, nigga, please. Nigga, please. I just can't see it. I can't even picture it. Black people that are genuinely for Trump. Nah, because Trump is not for anybody but himself. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I want to touch on, about this is separate from Trump. Because the landscape and the way the divisiveness from the White House it gets to me. So I just want to say, to your family and your neighbors, as for your family and your neighbors, you should go beyond the politics. Maybe your family or your neighbor didn't get to pick the president this time around that they wanted or they would have liked. Maybe the candidate that you have the most in common with would win next time. So family, friends, and neighbors, when it comes to the divisiveness and when discussing politics, just chill out. But back to this. Black for Trump. I can't. If you are black and for Trump, can you please comment in the section, leave a comment of why you are for Trump? I mean, give me more reason in the prison reform and the business tax breaks things. Those are 3 different things. Tell me other things that or try to convince me to be for Trump. With that being said, my name is Cliff, and this is my first episode of Straight Off the Cliff. I have some more coming up soon. Have a great day. Thank you for coming by. Subscribe, like, comment, and all that good stuff. I'm out.
Since the beginning, we fought each other like savages, faced nature, destroyed the planet, created killer machines and weapons of mass destruction with the disregard of life. We're headed straight off the cliff.
Wait, is that an 8?